Hello, everybody. Joseph P. Farrell here. It is Thursday, August 18th, 2011, and I have a couple of announcements, and then I want to talk about these articles. First announcement is for those of you who are wondering about when we're going to be doing the video conference on the website, Daniel and I have scheduled some tests next month of the technology that we're going to use. We've scheduled 3 tests. We're going to do a private test between him and me. Then what we're going to do is we're going to have a test where we're going to do a kind of a vid chat with this technology with volunteers to see how many, if we can handle a lot of people, if it'll crash the system. So if you want to participate in that free kind of vid chat test conference, um, be looking on my website and on my Facebook page for an announcement to that effect. We haven't really firmed up the dates or times yet, but it will be next month sometime, and it will probably be in the afternoon, which I know many of you will be at work. But for those of you who aren't, housewives at home and so on, or if you've got a day off. But anyway, be checking the website because we will be posting notices there for these things, and then eventually when we get the conference organized, of course, we'll announce it on the website. We'll put up the ticket button, and then we'll um, let everybody know who the guests are. I have not contacted the guests yet. I have certain guests definitely in mind, certain guests definitely not in mind, but we are going to go ahead with this. And the other announcement is I'm about halfway, a little more than halfway actually, through the book I'm writing by myself that will be published by Adventures Unlimited Press. I'm hoping to complete that book within the next couple of weeks. Cross your fingers. And once I get it out to Adventures Unlimited, I'll post a notice on my website and Facebook page as to what the title will be. Usually Adventures Unlimited has about a 3 to 4 month turnaround on new titles, although the last time I spoke with David Childress, he told me that he's planning to put the book in the fall-winter catalog, so it might actually be out a little bit sooner than that once I get it into his hands. But I've seen the cover art for it already. It looks really fantastic. David and the folks there at Adventures Unlimited did a really good job on this cover. And this is going to be a very unusual book, different from many of my books in that the science that I'm talking about in it is not related to physics and it's not related to genetics. And it's a much more difficult science, particularly to pin down in terms of its influence and effect on history, particularly in connection with the other science that I'm talking about in it. But I can't tell you more. Sorry about that. The the third announcement I have to make, the final announcement, is that Dr. DeHart and I are a little more than halfway done in the book that we are writing for Farrell House. I plan to finish that book hopefully sometime in October after I do the one with AUP. I've got sections of my sections of the book yet to finish. He's revising some of his sections, so that's my target date for getting that book done between the two of us and getting it off to Farrell House. Farrell House, as you know, takes a lot longer to get a book out, so that book will be out in 2012. But again, as soon as I have the book in Farrell House's hands and get cover art back from them on it, I'll post up a notice on the website and the Facebook page. Anyway, turning to turning to the Apocalypse Theater. I have in front of me. I have 2 online articles from the United Kingdom's Daily Mail. All right, and in this first one, you see the our good friends and allies, President Nicolas Sarkozy of France and Chancellor, or I should say Bundeskanzlerin Angela Merkel of our loyal ally Germany that we fought in 2 world wars. Okay. Anyway, the article is entitled, and this title I just love because it pretty much sums up what's going on. Even though the Daily Mail tends to be one of those kind of toward the fringe right-wing tabloid papers in Great Britain, it's kind of fun sometimes to read their take on things. Anyway, This one's called Rise of the Fourth Reich, How Germany is Using the Financial Crisis to Conquer Europe. But the fact of the matter is, that's pretty much what's going on. France itself is in trouble. Some of its banks, we're finding out, are in trouble now. And it looks like Germany is rumbling. There's rumbles that Germany might not bail everybody out in Europe, and there's rumbles that Germany might bail everybody out in Europe. But my point here in raising these two possibilities is if Germany does bail out everybody in Europe, it's going to put an enormous strain on the German economy. It's only the fourth or fifth largest in the world, certainly the largest in Europe. But it's going to put a tremendous strain on the German economy. But the flip side of that is it will give Germany enormous influence of all the nations in Europe. It'll give Germany enormous influence throughout the rest of the continent. So the good news is Germany's not not controlled by Nazis, we hope. But anyway, the alternative, if Germany doesn't bail out Europe, is that means Germany will probably pull out of the euro. I don't see that happening, quite frankly, but if it does, it means Germany will probably pull out of the euro, may even pull out of NATO. And if that happens, expect Germany to really move closer to Russia and to a much more influential and dominant position in Eastern Europe. Anyway, continuing apocalypse theater, the other article in the Daily Mail is this. And this one I really got a kick out of. It's called Fact Following Fiction. Scientists plan mission to blow up asteroid hurtling to Earth. And what this article is, I'll try and blog about these two articles in a couple of weeks. I'm so busy, I've been blogging 2 weeks ahead at a time right now because I've got the two books I told you about that we're doing. I've got the projects with Daniel going on. I'm writing 2 ebooks with Dr. DeHart in addition to the book we're writing for Feral House. So he and I are writing 2 ebooks that we're planning to put up on the website. And I'm doing a lot of other things too. So I've got just a whole lot of projects I'm juggling. But anyway, this article is about the European Space Agency is planning a mission to the asteroid. Let's see, the asteroid is called 99942 Apophis, which they say has a tiny chance, 1 in a quarter of a million, of hitting Earth in the year 2006. And what the European Space Agency is planning to do is, just like in the movie Armageddon, they're going to blow it up, and they're going to shoot a rocket at it and hit it at high impact. In other words, a kinetic explosion, a kinetic impact on this asteroid. Try either to explode it or to divert it from their course, and they're going to fire another rocket behind that one with observation equipment to observe what happens. So in other words, the Europeans are the Europeans. Europe is not only melting down and Germany moving in, but you have to know that the European Space Agency gets all of its telemetry data. That all goes through Germany. I think it's Darmstadt. I forget exactly where, but all the telemetry data usually goes through someplace in Germany. So in other words, the European Space Agency with French rockets and German observation equipment is going to try and blow up an asteroid. And I find that very interesting because it's also, this is very significant, it's also a demonstration of European space technology and prowess. So in other words, they're sending messages with that action. So I thought you would enjoy the news and views to hear these two things about apocalypse theater, because as the world is melting down financially, Europe is going to blow up an asteroid. Anyway, folks, that's it for news and views from the Nefarium for August 18th, 2011. If anything else comes up this weekend, I hope not, because I'm so busy. I've got to get these books written and get them out to the publishers. But if anything does, I'll post another fireside chat this weekend. All right, see you on the flip side, everybody. God bless.